European and all our technical facilities. This became a big trade barrier, technical trade barrier. There was no method to even detect these substances, but the ban was imposed. CSIR developed the method with test, and it has become an official global procedure now. Today, there is not a single official test protocol accepted by global community without CSIR certifying that it can be taken. That is the credibility which we have established over 20 years. Yes, sir. This laboratory particularly is certifying remediation of these harmful substances. Now, we don't just diagnose, we also suggest methods of prevention, and if it occurs, remediation methods. Through that, we are able to PPB lab, that is the specialty. For example, the dentures sometimes are having mercury.
This is all chemical.
Also having. So the challenge, sir, basically in identifying the isomer, in restricted substance itself, one isomer will be accepted, another isomer will has been identified as carcinogen. And when we are doing the growth, we have a membrane here, cellulose membrane, that can separate all the colorants. Ultimately, the chromium 6 is being determined through color development procedure. The presence of dark colored dye stuff, as you have seen the finished colors, they interfere in detection of chromium 6, which is a carcinogen. So people are getting false positive results, that as if carcinogenic chemical is present there. So this laboratory, Dr. Ganesh here, he developed the system where the cellulose membrane is able to remove the color totally. Today this is a global method. The entire global community is adopting this method.
Good. The other lens, sir. The other lens. Thank you.
Welcome to India. Welcome to Indian leather.
India is the second largest producer of the footwear in the world and also offers a huge opportunity because of its 1.2 billion strong population. We consume almost 90% of the footwear produced within the country. It's an opportunity for the world to tap India's potential of a strong raw material base, human resource, especially industry has become part of Prime Minister's prestigious Make in India program.
The footwear product range consists of casual shoes, sport shoes, moccasins, safety boots, monk, Oxford, chappals and sandals. It is exported to many countries including USA, UK, Canada and Italy. India also manufactures footwear components such as shoe uppers, sandal uppers, moccasin lasted uppers, unit soles, insole and sock linings.
To kindly accompany them to the dais.
my duty and proud privilege to welcome this August gathering on this very special occasion of the visit of Dr. Vardhan, Honorable Union Minister, Ministry of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, and Vice President of CSIR, and Dr. Emoga, the Director General of CSIR, the head of our CSIR family, to CSIR's Actual Engineering Research Center, main campus, Adamani. Our respected Dr. Nagesh Ayar, my colleague, Director of this institute, CSIR, he is also present here. Dr. Ravi Shankar, senior colleague of CSIR SCRC, my colleague Mr. Jaipal on the dais, and all the dais distinguished personalities and media persons, and my colleagues of CSIR CLRI, CSIR SCRC, CSIR Campus Complex. Very good afternoon to all of you, and I welcome you all very warmly and cordially to this conference. I also see this my Navy Institute Director, National Institute of Ocean Technology, Dr. Atmanan is also present here, where our Honorable Minister will visit here tomorrow. Our Honorable Minister is a person of extraordinary achievement. We have found a glimpse into his website reveals the source of his inspiration and his life lead for others. Swami Vivekananda has inspired the world with his words of wisdom. They only live who live for others, the rest are more dead than alive. He has outlined his mantra as, let all of us put our heart and soul into making India the country of our dreams, where everyone shall prosper free of disease and have a pious heart and soul. Our Honorable Minister, Dr. Vardhan, thus pioneered the concept of pulse polio, which eventually led to the total eradication of the disease. In January 2014, India was declared polio-free because not a single new case had been reported in the country. On behalf of CSIR CLRI, CSIR SCRC, and CSIR Matters Complex, I have great pleasure in formally welcoming the Honorable Minister into our midst. To reinforce these simple words of welcome, we have arranged a program. We will honor Dr. Vardhan, Honorable Union Minister, Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, with a bouquet. On our behalf, may I request DG CSIR Dr. Emoga to present the bouquet to the Honorable Minister. Of the Honorable Minister and DG CSIR to CSIR Structural Engineering Research Center, Chennai, is all the more significant since this is our golden jubilee year. This institute, founded on 10 June 1965, is now into 50 years of its existence. The CSIR SCRC has played a significant role in the modernization of the face of structural engineering, has supported the construction industry, helping it to keep pace with the changing needs. The success of the construction industry is a story of a fruitful partnership between this institute and the industry. We would also like to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Emoga, the Director General of CSIR, the head of our CSIR family, who has added luster to this function by his presence and guidance. As we all know, prior to taking charge at DG CSIR, Dr. Garg was director in the CSIR in Coastal Petroleum Dehradun. He is a gold medalist in his BTech Chemical Engineering from Nagpur University and has MTech from Indian Institute of Technology IIT Kanpur. He completed his PhD from Australia, that is Melbourne, Australia. Dr. Garg is into our midst. We still now our respect and appreciation for DG CSIR with a total bouquet. Therefore, on behalf of CLRI, SCRC, and CMC, and on my own behalf, I take pleasure in presenting the bouquet to the DG CSIR. we have in our midst several industry leaders and esteemed guests from other scientific institutions in the city. I warmly welcome each and every one of you to this function. I welcome the media persons who have assembled to cover this event in order to give wide publicity as it is fitting for the occasion. Finally, I welcome each and every one of you, scientists, beloved students, technical and administrative staff of CSIR, CSIR, CRC, and CSIR members complex, who have made it to this function to show your respect and appreciation for the Honorable Minister and to this
velvet gloves to greet CSIR and CRC scientists. And you have once again proved you are not only the ringside viewer of whatever development which is taking place in CSIR and CRC, you are also a party and a partner to it. Thank you very much once again.
Most Honorable, the Minister for Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, and Vice President CSIR, Dr. Vardhan, Dr. A. Mandal, Director SCRC, Dr. Ravi Shankar, Mr. Jaybal, Dr. Nagesh Iyer, Dr. Atmanand, captains of the industry, Professor Reddy, Dr. Arjuna Rao, Shri S.S. Mani, Shri Vivek Chari, Shri Sivalingam, Shri Ravi Shankar, Shri Ram Mohan, Shri D. Srinivasa Rao, elders of the SCRC family, my own SCRC family, students and the future of India, press and media, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know that my first visit to this great laboratory of CSIR would be as a Director General of CSIR. I must have visited Chennai, I don't know how many times, because as a refinery engineer, we do have a refinery in Chennai where we have commercialized 6 technologies of IAP. So that kept on bringing me back and forth. In fact, once I almost stayed for 3 months. But excepting visiting CLRI, I could never visit a CRC, but as they say, never late, never. Standing here in an engineering laboratory, one can see a parallel between us as an engineer and Dr. Harshvardhan as a doctor. We both are students of applied research, translational research, and more importantly, implementation of that research for the betterment of the industry and the society. And from that perspective, we have a student of science, a great student of science, as our Vice President. And I don't think there can be a better leader than Dr. Harshvardhan to lead this great organization. When Dr. Sudhir Kumar gave me a 5-page note to introduce Dr. Harshvardhan, I was wondering that given the paucity of time, as an engineer, how do I summarize that? So I've discovered an equation standing here in engineering laboratory to define. In my 39 years of professional career, I always did not believe in one equation, and that is India minus U is equal to India. That should never happen. India minus U should be a different India. And Dr. Harshvardhan also, and we are very fortunate, has worked his entire life to make sure that that equation is never true. India minus Dr. Harshvardhan would be India with polio, India with tobacco, India with a without occupational science, India without the vision of anti-cancer and so many things. I think with his great zeal of making that inequality prove true, I'm sure as our leader, he would make CSIR minus Dr. Harshvardhan also not equal to CSIR. And with 38 laboratories of CSIR, we can expect in his tenure, CSIR plus Dr. Harshvardhan is equal to CSIR plus many things to the power n. I think that is one equation that I thought would define our beloved Vice President completely. And sir, on my personal behalf, on behalf of my CSIR SCRC family, and on behalf of CSIR, we pledge full support to make sure that your contributions will be everlasting to this great institution called CSIR. With that, I would now like to call upon Dr. Harshvardhan and our Honorable Vice President to kindly address us and guide us with respect to his vision and his expectations, not only from CSIR, but from CSIR SCRs. Dr. Harshvardhan.
Our Director General of CSIR, Dr. Ravi Mandal, our Director for this institute as well as our National Research Institute and also for the CSIR Madras Complex, where we have representatives and branches from all 5 institutes. 10 years back, or maybe this has been created only last week. So, what I want to emphasize is that institutions like this, which are, you can say, trying to work on the state-of-the-art technique, latest techniques, modern skills and all, we must be updated about that, but we must at least be able to keep pace. Although these days we can see most beautiful structures being created in our country, the most beautiful airports, the most beautiful hospitals, everything is all there. But considering the scale and the dimension of the problems, lakhs of people, they don't have houses, and the majority of them may not be able to afford. The other day, last week, I was returning from Brazil, and there was a gentleman who met me in the plane. He was returning from one country, I just forgot the name of the country. He said, sir, I had gone there to witness a technology where they are producing a house in less than 3 days for the poor people, 36 square meter within that, and in a month they can build hundreds and thousands of houses. And we would like to introduce this technology in India. So I'm sure these technologies and these things are there, but we have to now start thinking a little out of the box. Whatever best we could do, we have already done. Whatever best we could achieve out of that best, we already know. And we also know our problems. So the government, I think, depends a lot on these institutes of repute, and of course the great people about whom we heard about their accomplishments and achievements, and towards the scientific community to diagnose what are the issues right now that we need to be taken care of, and then to find out, using our experience, using our knowledge of the past, and using whatever is being done all over the world. I think for most of the things, maybe we do not have to look towards others. Going to our ancient past, we will find solutions to most of the things in all the fields. This is my, you can say, understanding of what our country used to be in the past. But I would still say that let us diagnose and let us also, while diagnosing, decide what are the things that we need to do first. There is a basic principle that first things should be done first. Some good author has written a very book also, First Things First. So we must know what are our problems, and out of them, what are the things that we need to. Even in a research lab, when we go, we say hundreds of things being done simultaneously, but nothing, I said, is coming out as breaking news. So we have to prioritize, and I would suggest that a place like this institute should try to overall give guidance to the whole country. Give guidance to the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has a very ambitious program in his mind, which we call as the Make in India program. It has hundreds and thousands of components. We have to develop technologies which can be easily transferred, which are easily made available to people. They have to be people friendly, and we have to make sure that we maintain and, you can say, strengthen the pride of this country, pride of our nation, and see that we produce things which are worth emulating by others. We don't have to look towards the West for understanding and finding solutions. We have the capacity, capability, acumen, and sharpness of mind. Most of the people, you go in any field in America, you will find that most of the best scientists and researchers or doctors or engineers or software, IT, everywhere you will find an Indian literally providing the best possible intellectual input to those places. So, considering all this, I would like to use this occasion to compliment and congratulate you also, and then simultaneously restart a new process with a new dimension. This institute collectively should also have a new dream. The scientists and the engineers working here, they should all also have an individual dream for them. A dream which apparently may appear impossible to achieve, most difficult to sort of take care of. But I am sure that if you have a genuine dream, you should have a dream. Routine life is, I think, most of us have already had a routine life. We go to the workplace, we come back from the workplace, but whether we go to the workplace or whether we go to our own business house, we should go with a new dream for the future, for ourselves, for the country, for the society, for the benefit of mankind. And I can assure you that even impossible dreams, seemingly difficult, seemingly rejected by people that it is something which is hypothetical, that one is thinking of, they can all be achieved. Dr. Garg was and Dr.